everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 18th and 19th of March 2022. Now starting with very first question, ULPIN, which was seen in the news recently, is a unique identification number related to which particular field? First of all, what does ULPIN stands for? It stands for the Unique Land Parcel Identification Number. Okay, so this was recently launched for the state of Assam and it was conceptualized under the Digital India Land Records Modernization Program of Department of Land Resources. So under this initiative, a 14-digit alphanumeric geospatial unique identification number is issued and it is seen as Bhu Aadhaar for every land parcel of the state. So now Assam aims to integrate all processes around the land records database under the Mission Basundhara. Fine. So if you would have known the full form of this acronym, you'd come to the answer. Answer is land resources. Fine. Now in the next slide, we'll see some of the important questions regarding the state Assam. First question says, which bank has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Assam Rifles to provide a central forces salary package? So this bank is Bank of Baroda, and this service would be for both the serving employees as well as the retired one. So the bank will provide special benefits, for example, personal accident insurance and co-branded credit card. Fine. Next question, which financial institution provides a loan to Assam Skill University? This is ADB, that is Asian Development Bank. Headquarter lies in Philippines. And who's the current president? Masatsugu Asakawa. Fine. Next question says, who was appointed as the brand ambassador for the Bandhan Bank in the state of Assam? This is Zubeen Garg. He is basically an Indian singer, or you can say music composer, and his song includes, for example, Yali from the movie Gangster, and next is Dil Tu Hi Bata from the movie Krish 3. These are some of the examples. Fine. Now next question is, who has been selected for the Assam's highest civilian award, that is Assam Babhav? Very important question, and the correct answer for this is Mr. Ratan Tata, who's the philanthropist. Now which river flows through the border of West Bengal and Assam? This is Sankosh River. Basically this river rises in the northern Bhutan and it empties into the Brahmaputra. And also in Bhutan it is known as Puna Sang Chu River. Okay. Now next question, which state has adopted integrated hospital facility management services? So Telangana government has planned to adopt the integrated hospital facility management services. And what is the aim? Basically it aims to improve overall healthcare services, including the bedside care for patients, sanitation and availability of manpower in the government healthcare facilities. So it includes an expenditure of 7,500 rupees per hospital bed in a month. And hospitals with more than 200 beds can go for direct tenders while others will be clubbed. Fine. Now let's come to the question part. First question is, which state is placed at the top spot in the Scotch State of Governance ranking? This state is Andhra Pradesh. Now, which state government has announced a 5-pronged plan named as Panchasutri in its state budget? This is Maharashtra. Which state launched India's first ever digital water data bank called Aquarium? This we have done earlier, and the correct answer is Karnataka. Next is Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill was recently presented to include certain tribes in which particular state? Answer is Tripura. Then which state government recently unveiled the Sports Policy 2022 to 27 to set up High Performance Center? This has been done by Gujarat. Then Gundla Pochampalli Railway Station declared all women employees railway station is in which state? This railway station is actually in Telangana. Now, which state topped the list at the national level in the full immunization coverage? So regarding this, the topper state is Odisha. So these are some of the important one-liner questions that you have to remember. Next question, which Indian city released a climate action plan and laid down 30-year roadmap to tackle the challenges of climate change? So the Mumbai Climate Action Plan released recently has laid down a 30-year roadmap for the city to tackle the challenges of climate change. So basically BMC prepared the plan with technical support from the World Resources Institute, India, and the C40 Cities Network. And this action plan has set short, medium and long-term climate goals that is aimed towards zero emission of greenhouse gases or a net zero target by which year? By 2050. So answer would be Mumbai. Now in the next slide we'll see some of the important questions regarding the climate change. Okay, for example, which country or which state has taken what steps to tackle the climate change problems? First question, it is very easy. We have done this earlier as well. As per the Deloitte 2022 Sustainability Report, the disconnect between ambition and impact, Indian businesses rank dash in their concern for climate change. So regarding our concern for climate change, we have been ranked at 5th. Then which institution released a report on climate change that is dubbed as Atlas of the Human Suffering? It has been released by IPCC, means Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Now, which country's researchers have found that climate change is driving plants to flower earlier? This is a research from UK. Now, which institution released the G20 People's Climate Vote 2021 report? It has been released by United Nations Development Programme. Now, next question is very important. Who has been announced as the first United Nations Development Programme India Youth Climate Champion? I've told you whenever you'll see the keyword first or last, it would be really important. And the answer for this is the Indian content creator and YouTuber Prajakta Kohli. Then India recently voted against a resolution on climate change in which forum? Answer is United Nations Security Council. Now, which country has announced more than 1.2 billion euros to aid India's fight against the climate change? This country is Germany. Okay. Now, can you tell me, at the COP26 summit that was held in Glasgow, the leaders have agreed to reverse the deforestation by which particular year? Do let me know in the comments if you remember. Also, don't forget that COP27 would be hosted in 2022 by the country Egypt, and COP28 would be hosted by UAE in the year 2023. Fine. Next question. Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill was recently presented to include certain tribes in which state? I think this we have done earlier. So this was recently presented in the Lok Sabha by Union Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda. And this bill seeks to amend the Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 1950 for inclusion of certain communities in the list of scheduled tribes in the state of Tripura. Fine. Now let's talk about some of the important bills that were in news. First question, which state recently passed bills for the postponement of local body elections until reservation is restored? So till the time reservation is to be restored, the local body elections would be delayed. This state is Maharashtra. Now, which union ministry launched the electronic bill, or you can say e-bill processing system? This is Ministry of Finance. Now, which business entrepreneur, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, has overtaken Mukesh Ambani? So recently Gautam Adani has taken over Mukesh Ambani as the most richest man in whole Asia. Now, with $112.3 billion in trade in 2021, which country was India's most important trading partner? So we have traded the most with country USA. Which state has approved the anti-conversion bill with the burden of proof on the accused? Answer is Haryana. Now, which state has re-adopted the anti-NEET bill which was returned by the governor for reconsideration? This state is Tamil Nadu. Can you tell me, India's first dugong conservation reserve is to come up in which particular state? Do let me know in the comments. Next question. MV Ram Prasad Bismil recently became the longest vessel ever to sail on which river? So the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways achieved a milestone when the MV Ram Prasad Bismil became the longest vessel ever to sail on Brahmaputra. So this 90 meters long vessel is 26 meters wide and it is located with a draft of 2.1 meters. So it successfully completed the pilot run of heavy cargo movement from Haldia dock in Kolkata after it anchored at Pandu port in Guwahati. Fine. Now, talking about our Indian Navy, let's see some of the important questions. The Indian Navy conducted operational demonstration at which city? So this has been presented in Visakhapatnam. Now, which company in collaboration with France constructed INS Vajir, Indian Navy's new Scorpion class submarine? So this has been done by Mazagon Dockyard Shipbuilders Limited. The P-8I is the long-range maritime reconnaissance aircraft of which navy? Very obvious answer. It is Indian Navy. Now, what is the name of the Indian Navy's indigenous stealth destroyer whose maiden sea trials was conducted recently? It is Mormugaon. Now, Indian Navy's which sail training ship visited Port Sultan Qaboos, Oman for an operational turnaround? This is INS Sudarshini. Now, what is Sandhayak, which was recently launched by the Indian Navy? It is basically a survey vessel. Fine. And last question says, when is the Indian Navy Day celebrated every year? We celebrate Indian Navy Day on 4th of December. Now, one question for you. You have to tell me, what is the name of the 4th stealth Scorpion class submarine that has been commissioned to Indian Navy recently under Project 75? Please answer me in the comments. Next question. What is the theme of World Consumer Rights Day 2022? So World Consumer Rights Day is celebrated on 15th of March globally to acknowledge the rights of consumers, and it aims to encourage awareness on the consumer rights across the world. So every year a particular theme is followed to celebrate this day, and this year the theme was Fair Digital Finance. Okay. Now, in the next slide, we will see the themes of some of the important days. First is, what is the theme of International Women's Day 2022? First of all, this day is celebrated on 8th of March, and the theme for this year was Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. Fine. Next question, what is the theme of the National Science Day 2022? This day is celebrated on 28th of February, and the theme for this year was Integrated Approach in Science. Next is, what is the theme of World Day of Social Justice 2022? This is observed on 20th of February, and theme was Achieving Social Justice through Formal Employment. Okay. Next is, what is the theme of World Wetlands Day 2022? It is celebrated on 2nd of February, and the theme for 2022 was Wetlands Action for People and Nature. Okay. Next is, what is the theme of National Tourism Day 2022? Celebrated on 25th of January, and the theme was Rural and Community Centric Approach. Okay. And last question says, what is the theme of the International Day of Education 2021? Here it should be 2022. And this day celebrated on 24th of January, and the theme was Changing Course, Transforming Education. Okay, so these are some of the important themes which you have to remember. Can you tell me, when do we observe Minorities' Rights Day? Do let me know in the comments if you remember. Next question, which Indian bank has been awarded IFR Asia's Asian Bank of the Year? So India's third largest private sector bank, Axis Bank, has been awarded IFR Asia's Asian Bank of the Year to acknowledge its performance in the equity and debt issuance. And this bank has also won the Best DCM House in India award at the Finance Asia's Country Awards this year. So this bank has 4,700 domestic branches, including the extension counters, and 11,060 ATMs across the country as on 31st of December 2021. Nice. Now let's see some of the important banking related current affairs. First question says, which bank recently worked with MasterCard to improve the digital payments infrastructure in Lucknow, Guwahati and Varanasi? So this bank is State Bank of India. Next question says, the International Air Transport Association has created a new platform called IATA Pay in collaboration with which bank? So IATA has done this with Standard Chartered Bank. Next question says, in collaboration with the National Payments Corporation of India, which Bank of India recently developed the Union MSME RuPay Credit Card NPCI? This bank is ICICI. Now, which payment bank has been approved as an official acquiring partner for e-rupee vouchers? This bank is Paytm Payments Bank. Do remember that RBI imposed 1 crore rupees penalty on Paytm Payments Bank Limited for submitting the information that did not reflect the factual position, right? And this was the news from 2021 November month. In February 2022, which bank released 2 new services for its customers to enable remittance to and remittance from abroad? This is South Indian Bank. Next is, who was recently appointed to the Reserve Bank of India's Central Board of Directors? Answer is Mr. K.N. Raghavan. And last question says, which bank was the first to enter the metaverse recently? This is JP Morgan Chase. What is metaverse? Basically, it is a kind of virtual reality space in which users can interact with the computer generated environment and other users, right? Next question, which Indian personality has been appointed as the chairperson of Air India? N. Chandrasekaran, who is the chairman of Tata Sons, has been officially appointed as the chairman of Air India. This is the airline entity recently acquired by the Tata Group from the Indian government. So Alice G. Varghese Vaidyan, who is the former CMD of General Insurance Corporation, and Sanjeev Mehta, who is the chairman of Hindustan Unilever, were also included as the independent directors on the board. And Tata Sons will soon announce a new Air India CEO to replace Turkey's İlker IC, who withdrew from accepting the position, right? Now coming to the slide part, who recently was appointed as the Vice President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India? This is Mr. Aniket Sunil Talati. Next is, who was recently appointed as the Chairman of the Staff Selection Commission, that is SSC? Answer is S. Kishore. Who was recently reappointed as the Chairman of Tata Sons? Very easy answer. Just we have talked about N. Chandrasekaran. Who was appointed as the brand ambassador of Bata India? This is Disha Patin, who is Indian actress. Who was recently appointed as the Bank of Baroda's brand endorser? Not ambassador, endorser. Answer is Shefali Verma. Who was recently appointed as MediBuddy's brand ambassador? Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Who was recently appointed as Chairman of Pfizer India Board of Directors? Answer is Mr. Pradeep Shah. Okay. Next question. Which Indian player won the silver medal in the German Open 2022 tournament? So Indian badminton player Lakshya Sen met Thailand's ace player and world number 20 Kunlavut Vitid Sarn in the men's singles final of German Open 2022. And Lakshya Sen, who took medical breaks from blisters, settled for silver after he put up a great fight against Kunlavut. So Lakshya Sen has started preparing for the All England Open week that is coming up soon. Fine. Now coming to the sports related current affairs. Which country topped the medal tally in the ISSF World Cup 2022? This has been topped by India. And this event was organized at Cairo in Egypt. So total, India has won 7 medals, out of which 4 were gold, 2 were silver and 1 was bronze. Right? Who was at the second place? Norway. And at third it was France. Now which country topped the medal tally in the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics? This has been topped by Norway. Which sports person was bestowed with the Param Vishisht Seva medal? Answer is very famous Neeraj Chopra, the javelin thrower. Now Jhili Dhala Bhera, who won a gold medal in Commonwealth Championship, is associated with which sport? Answer is weight lifting. Balakrishna Doshi, who won the Royal Gold Medal 2022, is associated with which profession? He is an architect. Now Paralympic Sharat Kumar of Muzaffarpur district won which medal in the Tokyo Paralympics? He has won the bronze medal. Now Paralympic Pramod Bhagat of Vaishali district won which medal in Tokyo Paralympics? This is gold medal. Who has become the first IAS officer to win the Paralympics medal? Mr. Suhas Yathiraj. Okay, so these 3 questions are not very recent, but yes, they can be asked because they are quite important. Coming to the last question, which country is the host of FIFA World Cup 2022? So the FIFA World Cup 2022 is scheduled to take part in Qatar, and the 32 nation tournament will commence at the Al Bayt Stadium from November 2022. So 15 countries including defending champion France and former champions Brazil, Germany and Spain have sealed their spot, while the qualification rounds for the remaining 17 spots start from 17th of March. Okay. Now let's see some of the important hosts. Which Indian city is the host of 44th World Chess Olympiad in 2022? The city is Chennai. Which country is the host of FIFA World Cup? I've just told you it is Qatar. Which city is the host of Sahitya Utsav Literature Festival? Answer is New Delhi. Which country is the host of International Election Visitors Program? It is India. Which city hosted the Dialogue Towards Clean Air session of Environment Ministry? The host for this event is Gurugram. Braj Holi Mahotsav is hosted by the Tourism Department of which particular state? Answer is Rajasthan. Now which city is the host of Mobile World Congress 2022? This is New Delhi. And which state or union territory hosted India's first ice wall climbing competition? This is Ladakh. This question is also important because it is first such competition. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.